Peter, when we first met you, I believe it was 2014 in the summertime. So it's almost been 4 years now, exactly. And we heard from you, and this interview's done incredibly well, as all of yours have. But this one, I'd love to play it for you if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, great. I know this sort of feels like a Senate hearing, but it's not. I
didn't do anything criminal.
Oh, good.
I remember that. I've got my lawyer here anyway.
Good. Okay, no, this is about, we'll keep it on screenwriting here, and we have a great clip to play. So here we go. Whoops, and...
That I'm no good at it. The reason that I'm a teacher and a consultant and a story doctor is that my big secret is I don't enjoy writing screenplays. I tried for a while to do it, but it's not my thing. If poetry paid, I'd be in the chips, because I'm a poet. That's what I love to write. And I also like to write novels. But years ago, the reason I became what I am is I failed to complete a screenplay. It got huge interest, and I realized at the end of it, says, I don't like this form. It's just not for me. I love analyzing it. I love understanding how it works. I love helping other people do it. But I don't enjoy sitting down every day and writing in the screenplay form. It's not my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And what I found from an email from you is that you've actually completed a historical TV series?
Yeah, and I still hate writing.
Okay, so nothing's changed.
I'm always going to hate it.
Okay.
I was just telling Susie yesterday, God, I hate this. But I'll tell you, yes, I've had some success. And what's great about that is that here's the really great thing. Because when you're a teacher, you don't really know for sure. My stuff actually helps. It actually turns out to work. The stuff I've been teaching actually has helped me, which is a huge relief, because when you're a teacher, you're often up there and it's easy to pontificate and say, oh, do this in this form, try this tool. But some of my tools were terrible, but a lot of them actually worked. But I still hate writing. And that's always probably going to be the case. And I think maybe there are some writers who don't hate writing, who they just love it, and they get 10 in the morning and I can't wait to get to the desk. But I'm always going to loathe it. But it is, I guess I'm good enough at it now to get paid. And so I'll do it. It's actually fun to get paid.
Yeah.
And it's fun to know that your stuff's actually going to be out there. But yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you something else. I've been consulting and even ghostwriting and story doctoring and teaching for 20 years. And I quit writing. I quit the whole idea that I was going to write like at least 6 times. I was like, screw this, and I meant it. This is terrible, it's awful, I'm never going to succeed. And I stopped. I stopped for several years. And I did that several times because the process of writing is so excruciating, I think, for me and for other people. I have to say, my lovely bride, Susie's a very successful writer in South Africa. And we can cut this if she doesn't want me to tell this story. But she's very successful in South Africa as a writer. She has a column, and she's created her own voice. She came here and she started studying television. And oh gosh, she's frowning at me. I probably shouldn't say this. Anyway, she's saying, my God, this is hard. And it is hard. So film and television structure is difficult. It's a difficult form to master. It has so many different components. I think if you're a writer, if you're a novelist, it's difficult too. All writing is hard. But television and film are excruciatingly complex. There's so many moving parts to doing that that I think it may be one of the harder writing forms. And it was certainly the case for me that's the case. So yes, I stand by the fact that I hate writing.
So what changed though? Sorry to interrupt, but what changed from the time we shot that?
I guess I got people that wanted to pay me to co-write with them as opposed to just story doctor. So and because of that, and also I found the right partner. And here this is critical. especially when you're writing in television and film. I know people that do it alone and they're great. I don't know how that's even possible. I highly recommend that you get a partner, a writing partner. I've had a couple in the last year that have been marvelous for me. And when you find the right partner, it's almost like you've gone from a singles bar to a couple. It's like, oh, yay, I love you, and yes, you're here, and you can help, and I'm not alone. Oh, yeah. And that's really what it feels like. It's like, and also they admire you, and they tell you you're great, and that's something you need someone to tell you you're great when you're a writer, because you feel like crap all the time. And you're also getting producers and managers and agents whose main job is to tell you you're crap. That's what they do. This is crap. This is pretty much, you just put that on autoplay when you're, oh, my manager's calling. What are they going to say? They're going to say this is crap. Yeah, and that's what they do. This is crap. How dare you? I just talked to someone about this story. Well, it's crap, Peter. It's absolute crap. And I have to say, again, that is also what you got to get used to in the commercial field, which is that, and I think William Goldman said this a long time ago, and I didn't realize how true it was. He said, everything's a piece of shit. He says, when they refer to your script, they may have bought it for $1 million. They go, hey, I just read your piece of shit. We're filming your piece of shit next week, right? It's a piece of shit. So anybody who feels like, well, I'm going to be validated and I need to be affirmed, and you should not go into the Hollywood writing business, because whatever the culture is that originated in Hollywood, and I think it was a bad deal for writers. I think back in the 30s we gave up our birthright for a mess of pottage, and when we said, hey, we don't need our name on it's not our movie, we're just the right. Whatever happened back then, there's a toxic relationship that was commemorated back then between the writer and the producer. And the relationship is the producer's in charge, the writer's sort of servile, and they're going to get the abuse. And whenever there's a problem, it's usually a problem for the writer. It's not the producer's problem, it's the writer's problem. You just didn't write it well enough, right? So you are going to get a lot of criticism and abuse, even when they say they like your thing, even when they buy your thing. It's still going to be, well, it's a piece of shit. And that's just sort of seems to be, at least in my experience, what it's like. So you need a writing partner to grab your hand and go, that's okay, darling. Yes, we're great, aren't we? Yes, we are. It doesn't matter what they say. Yes, we're great. And that's what writing partners can do for you. I highly recommend you do not do this alone.